police.
Please, don't call the police. I don't want to go back in jail. No?
We don't need police. He has a dick. He has a dick? Okay, we'll not call the police if you fuck us.
Thief Simulator places you in the shoes of a man of low socioeconomic means, who's just been sprung from prison by the guardian angels of crime, Italians. One Italian in particular acts as your handler, as you're assigned to pay off your debt to the people who freed you before you can go on your way as a free man. In the beginning, you'll be knocking over uninhabited crack dens and swiping loose change and toasters for the experience rather than the profit. But soon enough, you'll be working your way onto properties with actual living people living in them, who have to be monitored and staked out in order to know when they're home and where they are in the house. People, as you know, are creatures put on this earth for the exact purpose of being deceived and taken advantage of by your own superior cunning and intellect. They will keep the same patterns of behaviour every day, which allows you to confidently roam around areas you know they won't be, as they never deviate from routine. However, you'll still need to be careful not to run around too loudly in case you want to spend the next 5 minutes hiding in a dumpster. That's something to mention. Dumpsters and wardrobes. As long as you can get to either of these bad boys before you're properly spotted, you can safely wait out any police search until the coast is clear. You can toss every flat screen and expensive portrait out a mansion window, have the guards notice the items, call the police, and then forget anything was wrong because you spent some time in the quantum cupboard! Unless of course you parked your car somewhere suspicious, in which case it's game over anyway. The properties you hit will progressively get more difficult, with some properties having tenants that never leave, and some having 24-hour security. At that point, it's just a matter of knowing your timings to slip through and figure out good entry points.
Hey, what the fuck?
Also, don't think security guards are the only ones who might give you a taste of Mr. Spicy String. In the course of the game, your arsenal of tools will expand as you spend money from missions and put points into a skill tree. Everything from climbing gloves to lockpicks to glass cutters and laptops. You can also switch from a hatchback to a van around the midpoint of the game, depending on how much money you've saved. The difference between the two vehicles is night and day, letting you carry 5 flat items and 3 cubular items, as opposed to 1 cubular and 2 flat items for the first car. So where do you sell this stuff? Well, mostly at a pawn shop. Though there are some items which need to be disassembled for parts first, and phones and electronics need to be wiped. There are a few items the pawn shop itself will never accept, however. These need to be sold online through your computer. Some regular items can be sold there as well for a better price, so you need to check in frequently to see if there's something you should keep your eye out for while you're on the prowl. People buy toasters there. It's like a deep web Walmart. Towards the mid-game you'll be committing carjackings, and it'll be quite difficult because you're going to need to use a loud drill to break open the lock. It actually becomes easier later on when all you need to do is press a button and suddenly you have a copy of the sports car electric key, although some of the difficulty in those places is usually associated with the house itself. There's a lot of cameras. Once you've got the car, you'll take it back to your hideout, where you'll chop it for parts and sell them online and to this guy. You can really tell this is by the same people who made Mechanic Simulator 2018. It's actually kind of zen taking the car apart, I really enjoy it. The story itself is very bare bones, really more of a series of missions to give you direction along with a bunch of side quests. Besides that, you really have free reign over what you want to steal and when. Even if a place seems out of reach without certain tools, it's likely you can cheese your way in somehow and still have a go at it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the visuals. You can tell a lot of this stuff looks like it's been bought off the Unity Asset Store. Don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. They're used correctly and blend in perfectly fine. It's not that which is the issue, it's the Unity jank. But with this game, you can feel a bit of that 2014 Unity stank. The people in the game look very robotic and low detail, and have few animations beyond idling, walking, panicking, and pointing a taser at you. The taser isn't even really an animation, it's just kind of their arm rocketing out in front of them and the taser immediately deploying onto your nipples. The draw distance is also a bit strange and there's some odd visual effects indoors, but it's not the end of the world. Overall, I'd say Thief Simulator is a really fun game, even if it does look like Steely Boy's Unity Asset Hour. Big thanks to my patron supporters. Because I only have 2 right now, I'm gonna be calling out both of their names because they're really cool and I thank you. Ozymandia18 for the crazy donation at Dreadlich tier, and Delajinkion for the 5G mutant tier. Thank you so much, guys. I love. Big heart. Yeah. Bye-bye.